Evening, welcome to another Pub Football with Miles and Jimmy. Big weekend in the Premier League sack race this weekend. Because
who's next?
Now Pochettino's gone, that's done. There's 3 teams that are, the managers are in real trouble. You can actually count up to 4 if you count a team that's already changed manager this season.
I saw Emery in the job centre yesterday. He knows what's coming.
Okay, starting the weekend off, the early kick-off on Saturday, West Ham 2, Tottenham Hotspur under Mourinho in his first game 3. 3 o'clock kickoffs, Arsenal salvaging a late 2-2 draw at home to Southampton. Bournemouth falling to Wolves at home 2-1. Brighton losing quite predictably and comfortably 2-0 at home at the Amex to Leicester.
Yeah.
Great. Crystal Palace losing at home to a late Liverpool winner, 2-1. Everton, shock of the weekend, losing 2-0 at home to Norwich City.
I told you.
You did say that, to be fair. Watford losing at home 3-0 to Burnley, capitulation. And in the late kickoff on Saturday, Manchester City beating Chelsea 2-1 at the Etihad. On Sunday, the one game on Sunday was a hell of a game.
Absolutely sensational.
At Bramall Lane, Sheffield United 3, Manchester United 3. You can't get much better than that.
It was wonderful.
It was great. And then last night, Monday Night Football, Aston Villa beating Newcastle 2-0 at Villa Park.
One to forget.
Right, we start at the start of the weekend like we normally do. West Ham losing at home 3-2 to Tottenham in Mourinho's first game. As a Tottenham fan, I was very happy. After 60 minutes, it fell off. Actually, after Dele Alli went off, it fell off a cliff, really, and we struggled. Another 5 minutes, we probably would have been a draw. But at this point in the season, no away win since January. First away win since January now. I don't care how it comes, as long as it comes.
Yeah, I feel like I shouldn't say anything here, so all about you here. So what do you think of it? It was decent, wasn't it?
It was. The thing was, Dele was... We've spoken about this when you said, I'm not really sure what Dele Alli does. And I'd started to get that way as well.
Yeah.
Saturday reminded me what he's all about.
I think you had a goal disallowed after 2 minutes. He was involved in that, wasn't he? So
he was. He was picking the ball up between the lines, between the midfield and the defenders. He was running confidently at them and sliding through balls into Harry Kane. His link-up play with Kane is great, and the main thing that he does is his positioning. Something that is really overlooked in football is the player in the attacking midfield role. Yeah, you think about him getting on the ball and being all silky, but just being close to the number 9 brings Kane into the game.
Yeah, agreed. Some forwards get kind of slightly lost, don't they?
Yeah, isolated. And that's what he was doing. Like, Winks and Dyer were shielding, doing that work. And Dele is aggressive and he gets involved, but he wasn't dropping too far in to pick up the ball. Like when Eriksen's played there in the past, quite often he'll still drop and get the ball quite deep.
Yeah.
Whereas he stayed in that area, in that space where we needed him to be, picked up the ball on the half turn between the holding midfielder and the centre-backs, and he went at them. And that...
do you think Dyer will get a run?
I think he's going to get a run, yeah.
Yeah, he's a typical Mourinho type of player, isn't he? Built, strong.
Well, it's going to be very interesting to see what Mourinho does when Ndombele comes back, because that might get Dyer out of the side. However, organisation-wise, if he wants a proper holding midfielder in, that's Eric Dyer.
Yeah, I always think Winks might be slightly susceptible because he's not a Mourinho type of player, but he's playing really well. And I wouldn't take him out in a million years.
No, and he was good again.
He was very good. Yeah, you're very good. And as an Arsenal fan, it really annoys me that we didn't give it a go and go, come here.
Yeah, to Mourinho.
Yeah, and we are now in a position, which we'll go on to in a minute, where, we are absolutely screwed. And you played really well. We did. Looked organised.
Yeah, and Dele was the forefront of that. Sergio Aurier looked like he was limiting his mistakes. Ben Davies was solid.
Is it possible to do that?
I know. Son, Kane and Lucas all scored. Personally, I'm still dropping Aurier next week because I just don't rate him. However, I can't see Mourinho picking Walker-Peters or Foyt ahead of him.
I quite like what you're doing. You just got the 2 sit there and then go, right, 4 in front, just go and do what you want to do. And I like that.
And it worked.
Yeah,
it really worked, because there was the bad pass from Dyer where Dele did the most incredible bit of skill force falling on his backside to keep it in and play a through ball through to Son, and all of a sudden it was 3 on 2 effectively, 3 on 3.
Yeah.
And the good desire from Lucas. It was a great performance. On the flip side, Pellegrini is in incredible trouble now at West Ham.
I think you looked at that game probably this time last week with Pochettino in charge and went, we've got half a chance.
Yeah.
The second Mourinho comes in, you go, I don't think we do. And yeah, it proved that, didn't it?
They were rubbish.
Yeah, they are really struggling. And Pochettino, sorry, he's an odd manager. Pellegrini, sorry.
Yeah, you got
he's a very quiet human being, isn't he? And I can't imagine him trying to rattle into players at half time and go, "That's terrible."
He's won the Premier League. It's not like he's not got credentials.
But you just can't get a tune out of that side at the moment, can he?
No, it's not good. And their midfield wasn't good, and that surprised me because bringing in Mark Noble normally means you harry about, you get in.
They always up their performances for that derby.
Absolutely. And
every season.
They came back into it. A player who played really well when he came on was Antonio. Mikel Antonio. We actually had a West Ham fan on the radio saying...
Just started.
Saying he wants him to go to a back three and play two up. To have someone closer to... Like we just talked about Dele Alli getting close to Kane.
Yeah.
Having someone getting close to Aller because he's too isolated. Because he's a great hold-up player.
Yeah.
But Yarmolenko's not getting close enough.
No.
Anderson is more of a central midfielder or an attacking midfielder than a left winger.
Anderson's been poor this year. I thought he'd do more. Lanzini obviously hasn't done a lot, and Fornals has been
Lanzini's injured now, so he's out for a bit.
Yeah, they are struggling, and as we'll come on to, they are one of the teams who might be looking to change quite soon. Who they're going to go with, who knows?
Well, you look at the managers out there, the fans wouldn't be happy, but Sam Allardyce is there. He's the type of person who, in this slump they're in, is the one to turn it round. Not that we want to see the same managers get the run in the Premier League again. However, in terms of to the end of the season,
I think there's a lot of teams who will take someone in a caretaker role for 6 months or the end of the season.
That's what
and go, right, we want Eddie Howe, we want someone decent.
But Eddie Howe wouldn't go there until he can build the side.
But if you told him to go there in the summer with a decent budget, he'd go, yeah, all right.
Exactly.
He's not going to go there now. There's a lot of teams, again, we'll come on to, who are in the same boat where you suddenly go, once Mourinho's gone, there's not many other managers who are going to take roles at the moment.
No.
Who, apart if they're actually going to lead properly, or you just get someone like Moyes who come in for the season with Everton potentially.
Well, would Moyes go back to West Ham after what happened last time?
No.
Doubt it.
And they should stick with Pellegrini. I do think he'll turn it around, but their form is diabolical at the moment.
But their home form is really bad. I saw a stat after the game that Tottenham have now won more consecutive games at the London Stadium than West Ham have since they moved there.
It's crazy, isn't it? They've got such a good starting 11. You just wonder why they can't play very well.
Declan Rice, another one who is
out of form.
He's out of form, but he's 20 years old and he's playing in probably one of the most disciplined positions on the pitch in terms of having to read and understand the game of football. The holding midfield role is the one where you can't just go forward as like a central midfielder. You're not a central defender. You're playing in between. You have to read the game and see where the danger's going to be so you can go and overload in that area and go and mop up. The right back goes, you might have to fit in there.
I don't think that's his position. I don't think he's good enough to play that position.
Yeah, for a 20-year-old to be starting there in the Premier League, give him 5 years, he could be phenomenal in the holding role.
Oh, agreed. At this moment in time, he's not good enough to play that role, and he's not good enough to be a centre-half. He's not quick enough. He's just not quick enough.
You said about Eric Dyer though, and he was great there a couple of years
ago.
He
was, agreed, but Eric Dyer's, look at his career at the moment. He's just in and out. And I think Declan Rice can be exactly the same.
Which is a worry for England. We need a good, strong...
And he was great last season, winning tackles, breaking up play, position was great. And this season, I think it's down to the team being terrible as well. But
doesn't help.
No, I think they will turn it around. And I think back in the season, he might have a blinder. And you suddenly go, oh, he's spot on for the Euros.
I'd be seriously considering bringing Jack Wilshere in.
I'm shocked he's not playing a bit more because he will do something different. He will break between the lines. Yeah, exactly.
He'll keep the ball. Yeah, that's huge for them. Moving on, I'm looking forward to this. Arsenal 2, Southampton 2. Arsenal went behind twice, and it took a last-minute equaliser from Alexandre Lacazette to cancel out Danny Ings' goal. And
that was a terrible goal to give away, wasn't it?
Yeah. Wow, is all I can say about Arsenal.
It's terrible at the moment, isn't it? It's unbelievable how bad we are. First goal, everyone switched off, goal. Second goal, penalty. It's a bit harsh, but he saved it, and then obviously...
What price got there first?
But yeah, we are in absolute dire straits at the moment. No one backs the manager, even the players. Why we didn't change it 3 weeks ago, I've got no idea.
Yeah.
Why we didn't go, right, Jose Mourinho, come here now, or Allegri, come here now.
Yeah.
Get rid of him, give him 2 weeks to kind of assess the squad, go, right, who have we got, what can we do? January's coming. We are in absolute dire straits.
So you want Emery gone right now?
I want Allegri in now.
Now, so because he's got time.
yeah, we are going towards January. It's another transfer window where we're going to have a manager who's not going to be there in 6 months' time. Why give him that transfer window?
That and Christmas is what sets.
And we have got some
Things
big
apart.
games coming up.
Yeah,
We've got
Christmas is when the game's going boom, 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 boom. There's not much time over Christmas.
We've got City, United, Chelsea. These are big games.
And there's not much time to rebuild confidence after a loss. There's not much time to rebuild work.
It felt like a loss Saturday because we were so poor.
Yeah.
And they dominated the game.
Well, Lacazette didn't even celebrate.
And as we say, 3 at the back against the worst team in the league.
Yeah, what was that all about?
It's just.
But do you have the options in midfield at the moment?
But even
Ceballos is injured, so he's not an option.
You find someone. Willock can play.
And Torreira is not a good enough.
Even if you just have David Luiz in front of the back 4, at least it's slightly different. But yeah, he's on his last legs, and I'm shocked he's still in the job at the moment because we have been terrible for weeks on end now.
And you played potentially the worst team in the league in Southampton at the moment.
Yeah, 100%, and they dominated the game. And they probably should have won.
They had chances.
I kind of wish
they had big chances, and they should have won. They could have scored 5.
Would have cleared it off the line at the end, didn't they?
And there was the one where Cedric Suarez went through and tried to square it to Obafemi and
missed.
It's easiest pass.
Yeah.
They're the moments that Southampton fans could look back on at the end of the season and go, we would have stayed up.
And to be honest, hand on heart, I wish Southampton won the game because he'd be out now. He'd be gone.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. Why don't we go and get Allegri? He's doing nothing. He's learning English at the moment. He's primed for a role, and he's a winner. Well, he's won at Juventus for years and years. Yeah. Go and get him.
The supporters group, one of the supporters groups from Arsenal, they sent a message at the start of the season to Kroenke and to the hierarchy. They didn't send a message. They sent out a statement talking about their worries about the club and how they weren't happy. They've done it again this week about the management, the results, the club, how it's being run. This is my question on this: is what happens if Kroenke ignores that? If he sees this statement and just goes, "I don't care. It's a supporters group, whatever."
Yeah, I think fan hatred in a sense will take its toll, and you've got to go. Do you know what? We aren't playing very well.
Yeah, but fan hatred at Arsenal's been there for so long. It's always going to be there. Arsenal fans could win the league and there'd be something that they could
Arsenal fans are the worst fans in the UK by a country mile because we are so fickle.
Yeah.
But even from the outside, even we're playing poorly.
Oh, yeah,
and even
terrible.
you look at it and go, just change it.
Yeah, I would. I would have changed Emery in the summer.
Why not go and get a top quality manager who's doing nothing at the moment? Just go and get him. He wants a job in the Premier League. Just give him the job.
Yeah, there were games last season when I saw Emery's lineups and thought, really? They've not got Ramsey on. They've not got Ozil on.
Ramsey. Yeah, missing Ramsey this year has been a massive problem.
You had Torreira, Guendouzi and Xhaka starting in your midfield last year, and I was sort of going, why?
Yeah.
Away against Wolves or in games you shouldn't be playing that away to a team that have just come up. And then you signed the players in summer. You signed Ceballos, you signed Pepe. And I thought, okay, Arsenal could be a threat. And they looked at the start of the season, fallen straight back into just this.
And we started quite well, and it's just like we played very well against Spurs. We played really well. But since then, we have been absolutely terrible. Yeah. And away from home, we are so poor. Yeah. The lineup's wrong. The tactics are wrong. Go and get an Italian manager who's tactically aware. Get us organised, like Mourinho would have done, and just get back to basics. Yeah. We have enough going forward to score goals. Just be solid. And I hope we make a change soon, because I don't know who we got this week. We'll probably lose.
I'm not sure Kroenke will trigger.
We'll be away. If he's still there in 2 weeks' time, we're shocked. He needs to go. He really needs to go. I've had enough now.
Well, we know which side of the Emery out or in camp you're in.
Mourinho.
Moving on, Bournemouth losing at home to Wolves 2-1. Not helped by a red card. Bournemouth went 2-0 down early. Got
great
Simon
goal
Francis
from
sent off.
Wonderful goal.
Superb free kick. Unbelievable.
That was beautiful.
Adama Traore with another assist. Wolves are flying. Wolves are 5th.
Yeah, Wolves. I think it was 4 or 5 weeks ago. They're nearly bottom.
Yeah, Wolves are absolutely flying.
Unbelievable.
This is why Nuno has been linked with the Arsenal.
He's not going to go to Arsenal. He's not good enough. I'm sorry, he's not.
The thing about Wolves is they've got the structure of the club is what's brought them up. Like they've got the super agent Mendes in there.
You'd never leave Wolves.
Making deals. Like when they're in the Championship, to be bringing in Ruben Neves is just incredible.
Yeah, you don't leave Wolves.
No,
they've got the resources to go and get some very, very good players,
and they're probably going to finish above Arsenal this season.
At the moment, yeah.
Well, it is, yeah.
100%, yeah.
Adama Traore, like I said, is a whole new player. Now he's playing as a wing back.
He's in the Spanish squad. It's incredible,
Yeah,
isn't it?
had to pull out injured, but you expect him to be in the next one if he keeps playing this. There's another assist.
Bournemouth went down to 10.
Yeah, Bournemouth, it's a weird one because, again, Eddie Howe keeps getting talked about for these top jobs. And yeah, when you look at what he's done with such a small club, unbelievable, but he's had these players for a while now, and there's no... And they're adding good little parts. Like Harry Wilson, I thought was a great signing on loan this year. But they're still not getting any sort of consistency.
I don't think there's much more we can do with that squad, to be honest. I think he's at the end of a kind of... if he's not gone by the summer, just to go to a better job, I'll be shocked.
They've got some good players. You talk Nathan Ackett at the back, Callum Wilson up front, Harry Wilson there. Josh King's been in form. Ryan Fraser's really good. They've got some very, very good players.
There's not much more you can do there, though. I would go, do you know what? Everton's coming up. West Ham will come up. Someone else will come up, and you go, do you know what? I'm going to go in the summer. And fair play to him. He's done such a good job there. But they are at the end of they're just at the end of...
But if he goes...
Oh,
a couple of players
they will go down. Yeah.
And they'll struggle.
Yeah.
They're just a small club. That's the problem.
And that's the thing. He's got bigger than the club, and he can go to better places. I know their form's pretty much a little bit
up and down,
but
they've got a 12,000 seat stadium. They need massive reinvestment if they're
punching way above their weight. And
they're at League One level. Like their stadium's League One.
Yeah.
They're League One club, but.
And the manager's been sensational.
Eddie Howe's done a very good job. On to Brighton, Leicester. Leicester sort of went under the radar this weekend because of everything else that was happening. This game sort of passed most people by. But Leicester again going about their work. Vardy again scoring.
Missed the penalty though, didn't he?
Yeah, but I wouldn't care if you win 2-0. Vardy scores, doesn't really matter.
No.
Brighton, I don't think they'll worry too much about this one.
No, as you say, it sounds ridiculous to say this as a Leicester team, that it was just a bog standard win for a top 4 side at the moment.
Second.
And they will go from strength to strength, and every game at the moment you look at them and go, they're going to win that.
Yeah.
And I just look at their fixtures, they've got 4 very winnable games coming up. If you win all 4 of those, you might go away from Man City, you might get close to Liverpool, who knows.
Yeah, well, they are second, and Liverpool fans are constantly looking back over their shoulder and thinking, where are Man City? I think that suits Leicester, because Leicester are going under the radar a little bit. However, they are in second, they're playing the most attractive football, and they're winning comfortably.
Yeah, and they look great. And if they can keep it going to Christmas, Liverpool are going to lose soon. They've been very lucky in the last couple of weeks. They are going to drop points soon, and Leicester, no Champions League, no Europa League football, they've got half a chance.
Yeah.
Really do.
Brighton, do you see them staying up this year?
100%. They're 3 West teams.
But that doesn't always mean
Norwich,
it.
Southampton.
They're picking up enough wins, aren't they?
They are. They'll be fine. I quite like Potter. He's done a really good job so far.
And to be fair, limiting Leicester to 2 is a pretty good achievement at the moment.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
Palace, Liverpool. So unlucky for Crystal Palace. Goal ruled out at the start for a push.
Nothing there.
For a push. VAR got that one. But the one thing VAR did do is because they overruled the decision, it was shown in the stadium afterwards.
Which is good. Makes a difference.
This is what's happened, this is why. So that's a step in the right direction. Liverpool, like we keep saying, are going to win the title because no matter how they play, they just keep winning.
They do. It's again the second away game on the trot. They've won it in the last couple of minutes, and they are doing what champions do.
2 scrappy goals.
Yeah, agreed.
Nothing much else.
They were poor again. They've been poor all season, like you said. I can't remember the last time they played well this season. They've just ground it out.
Which is where you keep saying they are going to drop points.
They will drop points.
However, I keep saying they're going to come good. I'm thinking now they're going to come good. No, I keep saying I'm thinking they're going to come good. So for me, it's only a matter of time before Liverpool start playing well.
You are right. They aren't playing well and they're winning. But I agree with my statement that they are going to lose. But as you say, they are going to play better.
Yeah. Maybe the loss is what they need.
They are going to lose soon. They've been really poor recently, and they're getting away with it, which is really frustrating because
Sheffield United. If they play Sheffield United next weekend, that could be the game. I know they've already played them and they scraped it with Dean Henderson dropping it. If they played Sheffield United next weekend at Bramall Lane...
An away game at Wolves or something, they'd struggle there.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the moment they're just annoyingly doing enough, and I want Leicester to get closer because I don't want Liverpool to win the league.
No, I'd love it if Leicester
and if they lost it from this position, they'd never live it down.
No.
And I don't think they'd ever win it. I genuinely don't think they'll win it for the next 5 years.
Stigma.
Yeah, it would be. It'd be like we were 12 points clear at Christmas and Leicester won the
They
league.
could be. Well, they're not even 12. They're 9. I think they're 9 points clear.
That could go bigger
of
than
City
that.
and
Could go
8
way
points
bigger than
clear
that.
of 8 points clear of Leicester. But yeah, they just keep winning, and that's all you can do. Doesn't matter how you play.
I think-
boring Arsenal, 1-0 to the Arsenal back in the day. They won the league.
Oh,
off that.
agreed. And fair play to them. They're doing what they have to do. But I think if Van Dijk got injured, they were in trouble.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. They got away with it last year. They barely had an injury, and I think they might get away with it again this year. I hope they don't, because I love them to see them get caught. But they're doing what they need to do. Fair play to them.
About a 15-minute walk away from Anfield. Everton, complete opposite. Wow. I'm surprised. What are we, 3 days after the game against Norwich, that Marcus Silva is still there?
We spoke about this Thursday and said if he lost this game, he'd be gone. And he's still there.
I'm
Why?
surprised
Why
he didn't
is
get
still
sacked
there?
on Sunday.
I think it's due to the fact there aren't many options out there.
Yeah, but they could get it either. Okay, the bosses at Everton have either been very unproactive, like with Spurs, Mourinho getting contacted.
He was contacted weeks ago, wasn't he?
Weeks ago.
Yeah.
Everton's bosses should have contacted someone a couple of weeks ago. Just made the first point of call. Hey, this might be happening. What would you be interested? They needed, because if they're only doing this now, it's too late, and they're going to have a caretaker in charge. Leon Osman's sat up in a Sky studio at the moment. It's always someone like that, isn't it? An ex-player. David Unsworth will probably do it again for a few weeks. But Marcus Silva, it's not working, and losing 2-0 at home to Norwich City, who had been in shocking form, who couldn't win a game to save their lives. They're playing all right, but they just weren't threatening, they weren't doing anything. And losing 2-0 is bad. And Pukki didn't even score.
Yeah, where do you go with Everton? I heard on the radio yesterday that their fans are looking at someone like Pochettino's coming. He's not going to go.
Pochettino's not going to Everton.
No,
Why
agreed.
would he go to another project like
Agreed.
Spurs? He just did 5 years of that.
It made me laugh slightly, but I do agree that Everton are a big club.
Yeah, they are. But
and they should be doing things like that, and that would make a massive statement. But they're not going to go for someone like that because he's not going to go there.
no, Pochettino is linked with Bayern Munich. He's
Real
constantly
Madrid.
linked with Real Madrid. Even Man United. Yes, Man United are doing well.
go there as well.
Everton do not factor into that argument.
No,
that's not the club. He's not going to go for another long-term project. Yes, they throw money down, but no, I'm sorry, that's not.
I mentioned this for weeks that Everton's fixture list is getting worse by the week, and they should, if they hadn't won that game like they didn't, they are in real trouble in the coming weeks.
Real arrogance from Everton fans to think about think Pochettino's going to come there, isn't it?
Oh, well, I think they've got to aim high. They are a big.
They've got to aim high, but they can't aim that high. They're better off aiming at Eddie Howe, at even Chris Wilder, someone who's doing really well. Coming up, you know what I'd be tempted to do right now is Moyes to the end of the season. Knows the club, did well there, would keep them up,
I'd
be fine, and then reassess in the summer.
I think they could get a Pochettino. I'd look at it and go,
Not
do you know
Poch,
what?
no.
That is a decent club with decent players. Their first 11 is a good side.
You know what? They're not going to get Poch. They're more likely to go and get Ancelotti or Gus Hiddink. Or Hiddink won't leave the.
But
the
I agree with
actually, but, not Pochettino. Pochettino's too young. Pochettino's too young in that level of manager.
No, but I agree with Everton fans. They need a statement manager where you go.
Yeah.
Christ, we've got half a chance this season.
Pochettino's going to be young and looking up, not looking down.
Oh, agree. Even
someone who's been there and done
Allegri as well.
Yeah.
Like he would
Allegri be fine.
love that. And
if Everton got Allegri this week and Emery was still at Arsenal, you would be.
Oh, I would
cry.
I would not do this again. I'm getting really irritated by Arsenal. But yeah, they need a statement manager. Don't go for an Arteta. Don't take a chance again. You need a proper manager.
Well, Arteta is one of those managers who could be a masterstroke.
He could be, but at this moment in time, they don't need that. They need a proper manager who will guide them through.
Tuchel, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Tuchel is in charge of PSG. He will be at the door soon. And I can imagine Poch might go there. But I can see Everton in the bottom three by Christmas because their fixture list is horrific. And if he should be out the door by now, I'm shocked he's still there. I don't understand why.
As for Norwich, much needed
Great
win for
result.
Farker.
Great result. Fair play to them.
Huge result. Needed. Todd Cantwell
It was going to come. They've been unlucky, and it was going to come. And I'm pleased it came against Everton because, they haven't been great
You know
either.
who Everton could go for? and this is a long shot, this might not be the statement, but it also is if you've watched it for a long time.
Yeah.
Bielsa at Leeds.
I think Bielsa is going to see the challenge of getting Leeds into the Premier League through, and I think he's going to do it this year.
Yeah. But that would be a statement.
If he then left after that, fair play to him.
What about Gerrard? Oh, he'd never go to Everton. Don't even think about that.
No,
sorry.
but again, it's a risk. Don't take a risk. Go with someone who's proven.
That was such a stupid thing to say. Let's move on to another team whose manager is already under pressure. I've seen friends on Twitter going, we want him out. Quique Sanchez Flores losing at home 3-0 to Burnley for Watford. However, the result doesn't really tell the story of the game. Watford had a lot of chances in the first half.
I didn't see the game. But
Watford had a lot of chances in the first half. If Delafeu had scored,
was it a lot of set piece goals, wasn't it?
Yeah, then it would have been a different story. The thing about Quique Sanchez Flores at Watford is they're better than when he left.
They are.
They're playing better than when he left.
The concern is he's won one game in about 10.
That's the problem.
And they are struggling. And we've always said for weeks on end that they're going to get out of it. They're better than that. But it's got to the point now where you look at it and go, they are in trouble.
I think we went through this and we looked at it and we said, well, let's look at their team player for player.
Oh, their first 11's a great side.
Well,
their back four's garbage.
Their back four, all of those players, if they got to move, would be to the Championship. Troy Deeney, there's only a couple of Premier League teams that would take him, because he's getting older now, wouldn't be surprised if his next move would be Championship. Delafeu's playing well, yeah. You could say Will Hughes, Capoue and Decore good. Pereira's alright. Chalobah would probably go Championships. Chalobah's done nothing since he got injured. Nah. Danny Welbeck getting injured was a big negative, but at the same time,
was that surprising?
You signed Danny Welbeck, that's going to happen. That was always going to happen.
Why buy the most injury-prone player in the Premier League?
If he's the player you're banking on, pushing you forwards, your management structure, whoever's in charge of your transfers, is a fool.
I think looking at it, the team who I think you're going to set the manager first is probably Watford. I wouldn't be surprised.
They pull the trigger. They're known to pull the trigger.
Yeah, they are. And it's, again, another team who are looking at a manager and starting to panic and go, we're in trouble. And I think they might be the first team to do it again.
Yeah.
But then where do you go from there?
Yeah, but that's the point. Whereas we're talking about Everton wanting a statement manager,
Watford needs someone to
an Arteta.
Yeah.
Someone young and upcoming would be great there.
Agreed. Agreed.
Arteta at Watford would be superb.
Yeah, I even said the Bielsa great there. Just someone a little bit different. You're starting to go, fair play.
Not Poch. I don't think he'd go.
Sanchez Flores was just too obvious. They've gone back to someone who did quite well. They sat too early anyway.
Yeah.
They brought him back in and he's done nothing again.
Yeah.
That Arsenal game was the best performance they've had for
and they were out on their feet
all season. They were absolutely wonderful in that game.
They were out on their feet at the end of that game.
They were.
And it was almost like you sort of want to see them like that every week.
Yeah.
The position they're in, the way they played that second half against Arsenal where Capoue couldn't move anymore.
Yeah.
That's what they should be like every week now.
And Spurs away, they should have won that game. They've been unlucky, to be fair, but they are in massive trouble and I can't see them getting results. They just
I think
don't
they're
look like getting results. But to be fair, Burnley at home is a horrible game because Burnley are just horrible.
Burnley are sick and flying, playing very well. Chris Wood is in form. Ashley Barnes is in form.
Goals, yeah.
They're getting the ball in the box. They're doing what Sean Dyche needs them to do. You're looking at the teams at the moment, like you're expecting Tottenham to get better. Arsenal only if they make a change. Man United only if they make a change.
Big statement. We'll come on to that
potentially, but that top six for Burnley and Wolves is there to play for right now.
Burnley, Wolves, Leicester are going to be there.
Leicester and Chelsea are going to be in the top six, probably the top four.
Yeah.
And then you look at Burnley and Wolves, you think Spurs will probably be around there now because they'll grind out results.
I think Spurs will get top four now.
I'm not sure.
Got a feeling they're going to properly go for it.
We'll talk about this in a second about the teams they might be playing against, but Burnley will look at that top six and think that's achievable.
100%. I wouldn't be surprised if Arsenal and United are probably 8th and 9th.
Yeah.
And I would expect that and I hope that happens. Fair play to Burnley.
You hope there's a change and Arsenal go on to win the league.
No, we're not going to win the league, but you just hope for a positive reaction. Fair play to Sean Dyche. I can't stand watching Burnley play, but it's so effective.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it because the thing for me is I would pick to watch Burnley over Crystal Palace all day because Crystal Palace are just rubbish.
Awful,
but seem to win, whereas Burnley they're just a different style, but they're still worth watching. They're still more worth watching. I don't mind watching Burnley play. I quite like them mixing it up.
I like Burnley against big teams because they are so different. It's quite interesting to watch.
Great signing for Burnley if he comes up at the end of the season would be John Joe Shelby. Get on the ball and get it up to the forwards. It'd be great. He might not start every week, but it'd be great to watch.
God.
It would be so.
Fair play to Sean Dyche. He does it every season. They're absolutely fine.
Keeps
They've got no issues.
Yeah, no problem.
Fair play to him.
Right, 5:30 on Saturday was probably the biggest game of the weekend in terms of relevance up the top end of the pitch. Chelsea going 1-0 up at the Etihad, Man City storming back to 2-1. Raheem Sterling having a goal disallowed for the smallest of margins on VAR. I've seen an ex-referee coming out this week and saying that's not offside. I don't know where they're getting these lines from. It's ridiculous. Like, let's start doing it more with the naked eye, but rewatching it with the naked eye, not rewatching it with the light. And I don't actually mind that.
No, I think it might need to be brought in because there's too many. As you say, too many.
Rewatch with the naked eye. Go too close to call.
Yeah.
Attacking team.
Yeah.
However, City got the job done. Riyad Mahrez scored a wonderful goal.
I thought Chelsea were very unlucky. I thought they played really well.
Chelsea played well. Abraham probably could have scored. He had a couple of chances.
He had a cracking chance.
Yeah, the wrong player. Falls to, you don't want that doesn't fall to a centre back. It probably goes.
It's one of those where I thought Chelsea were going to win it, and to be fair, they gave a really good account of themselves. They just gave away. The Mahrez goal especially, don't show him on the inside. It's the only place he wants to go.
Well, I saw Jamie Carragher on Monday Night Football last night did the virtual reality analysis of this, and he said it's not necessarily the centre-back's fault there. It's Kovacic came too close when you needed him to drop in behind, so that if he did show him inside, he's showing him straight to the player. So it forces him to go down the line. But what was actually happened was the only way you can stop him from going inside is hanging a leg, which then you're going to give away a penalty. And it was difficult. And it's that actually that virtual analysis is actually really good, to be fair. But it was just a one-on-one situation. He said he felt sorry for Emerson because you risk him going down the line and putting in a cross, or you hope that your man next to you put himself in the right
in real
position.
time it looked like just stop him coming inside, but as you say, circumstances might mean that it's not going to happen. But in all, I thought it was a great game of football as well.
Chelsea are a good side.
Chelsea and they had more possession than Man City. It's the first game in ages that I think
it's the first game of Guardiola's tenure.
Yeah, I think they had like 55% possession. A fair play to them. They're a really good side, Chelsea.
Yeah, we spoke to a Chelsea fan on Love Sport on Sunday, and he was absolutely fine.
Yeah,
he wasn't worried. He was like, you know what, we lost to City at the Etihad. However, I looked at the performance. We played really well. And the thing about Chelsea is, and everyone, there's been a lot said about, get a couple of injuries, or when the fixture congestion piles up. They've had a couple of injuries. Loftus-Cheek's been out for ages. Kante's been out for ages.
They've got the squad there. They'll be
fine.
They've
got a couple of players in every position. And yet, because the young players have all stepped up so much, all of a sudden it's like, well, Rudiger to come back in. Would he start? And then if he does, you've still got Christensen and Zuma, because I would say Tomori is going to be the one going
international players who can come back. Yeah. That's a massive plus, isn't it?
Kante, Jorginho, Kovacic. Then you're miscrediting players like Barkley. Mason Mount's position's now under threat. You could even move Reece James into midfield if needs must. At right back, as Piliqueta's starting, James is coming off the bench.
Piliqueta's in trouble. So.
Yeah, James will start playing, I think. But then at left back, Emerson and Alonso. You got up front. You got Abraham Steinberg,
all these players.
We're still not even talking about Loftus-Cheek.
Willian Pedro.
Mount can play off the left-hand side.
Giroud.
You've got Giroud and Batshuayi on the bench. They've got a very good side. I think they're going to be absolutely fine this season. And you think Tottenham are going to finish top 4? I don't, because I believe the gap it's 9 points. I can't see us gaining 9 points on Chelsea.
I think you look at the top 4. Liverpool will be fine. City will be fine.
Leicester will be fine.
Chelsea
don't get injuries. Actually, if Leicester get a couple of injuries,
I think Leicester will be fine.
The squad depth isn't what Chelsea's.
They've got a nice break every week to get ready for games, and Vardy's playing like an absolute machine at the moment. Chelsea are the one. You look at them and go, they'll probably finish 3rd in Champions League. They'll go into Europa, then they've got another load of games, and you suddenly go. And they will have that run where they will lose games, and it's a young squad, and they will. I've got a feeling they're going to run out of puff, mate. I'm going to say this now. and by April they'll be slogging out the top four.
I just disagree.
Spurs,
I just think Lampard's a clever man and he's done a really good job. And
don't get me wrong.
Derby did sort of peter out slightly
That's my
season.
concern with Chelsea. They might peter out, and if they do, Mourinho will be there to literally pounce, 100%. And I wouldn't be surprised if they nick it by a couple of points and fourth. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. But as for Man City, much needed win, keeps them at sort of at an arm's length.
I still think they've got their eyes on the Champions League. They don't really care about it.
But they need to finish the top four.
They'll be fine.
Yeah, they will. But
Guardiola's future's a big one because I think he might go.
There were the Football Writers Association Awards, and Klopp went up and spoke first, and he was saying about how the Leicester game where Kompany scored the screamer last season, he sat there and with each minute he was sort of getting hope, and then Kompany's that scored all seathen goes and does that, and he was like, oh. And then Pep was like, this is what I felt like when I see you constantly scoring in the last minute. But then Pep Guardiola went on to say, I think they have my trophy and maybe I want my trophy back, but then they might be saying they want my trophy in the Premier League, maybe we swap, and that's pretty much sums up this season for me.
Yeah,
City are going for the Champions League, Liverpool going for the Premier League.
Yeah,
we have to put that back up.
That's fine. Don't worry about it.
We don't want the hoardings being shown.
But yeah, I look at City. I got a feeling like it's the end of a cycle. Crushing going to cause carnage.
Yeah, you just keep talking.
Yeah, I got a feeling City might be towards the end of a cycle. I reckon he might go in the summer.
Really?
If he doesn't win the league and they miss out the Champions League, I've got a feeling he might go. Do you know what? I need a new challenge.
Yeah.
And they're on aging squad now.
Staying down.
That's fine. Silva's obviously going to retire. You've got a couple of 30-year-olds.
He not said retire, he said leave Man City.
But yeah, again, he's been great and he's done enough. But there's a slight issue with City. There's something about City I don't like at the moment.
Yeah.
And I've got a feeling he might call it a day. And if I was Pochettino right now, I'd be a City representative and going, right, we want you in the summer. Hold off. Hold off.
Sterling's holding off on a new contract to find out what Pep would
exactly. There's going to be a lot of players who are going to go, right, where are you going?
Well, Sterling will go to Real Madrid. That's the move for him.
Yeah.
That's the next step in his career. But moving on to Sheffield.
No.
Sheffield United 3, Man United 3 on Sunday was a hell of a game. Sheffield United, when they went 2-0 up, you just looked at it and thought, wow, Man United were terrible up to that point. Sheffield United dominated the game. They played better. Lundstrom was fantastic. The midfield 3 were fantastic. Man United's midfield 2 were so poor, they barely even looked like Premier League players, let alone Man United players, Pereira and Fred.
Well, let's start again. Phil Jones was absolutely horrific. He was embarrassing to watch. He was great. He was diving in everywhere. Brilliant. And yeah, you're right. For 65, 70 minutes, Man United were absolutely awful. And yeah, fair play to Sheffield United. Scored 2 goals. Leafs Mousset?
Leafs Mousset going off injured.
Absolutely brilliant. And the second he went off injured, changed the game.
Yeah.
Completely changed the game.
Well, United played well for 20 minutes. 15 minutes, and they scored 3, and they were 3 very good goals. Great to see Greenwood get a goal, and it was a nice instinctive goal.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a team you wouldn't expect to give 3 goals away in 10 minutes. They are the team you'd think would be, organised, hold out, shut up shop, and we'll go and win the game.
Rashford's goal was great, and good to see Brandon Williams get his first Premier League goal as well. Brandon Williams gave the ball away a bit at the start, but he did. Looks okay.
Great finish.
Yeah, looks a lot better than Ashley Young. A lot better than Ashley Young.
I prefer seeing an 18-year-old give it a go.
Yeah,
who knows?
absolutely.
And it's a hard place to go, Brownlow.
But the midfield, talking about young players being given a go, Garner was on the bench, I think it is. A lot of Man United fans calling for him to play because Fred and Pereira are poor. Yeah, really poor. They brought Lingard in, did nothing, didn't really contribute to the goals.
Stan Lingard, you know that.
The Man United side at the moment is terrible. And if they'd have won that game, it would have been so unlucky. McBurney's goal, some sort of controversy. It wasn't really, you can't. I don't think you can overturn it for that.
No,
but they thoroughly deserved that. Sheffield United and Man United were poor for most of it, but then they chucked everyone up front. You can't do that from the start of the game.
Yeah, Nev on commentary just at one point just went, "This is terrible." He's like, the front three have done nothing, and all of a sudden, goal, and you suddenly go, that's what they can do, though.
But it wasn't a front three anymore at that point. You had Martial, Rashford, Lingard, James, and and the young fella Greenwood, all five of them were just playing up front.
Even if you've got three on the pitch, they will come alive at some point. They are the front three. You go, they might be terrible for 80 minutes, but they'll score. They'll do something to make you go, oh my God. It's all falling apart at the moment. It's like Solskjaer's reign. But yeah, he's in trouble again. He needs to start winning games. He should look at that as 2 points lost, to be perfectly honest.
It wasn't good enough. It's not good enough. And the thing was, at 2-0 down, Solskjaer sort of had like this smile on his face, like, I'm not really sure what to do here. So then he just went, let's put the strikers
and
on.
he admitted they were terrible.
Yeah, they were.
And at 2-0 down, he even said, I thought we were going to give up again. And a man should never admit that.
No, he shouldn't. On to the last game of the weekend before this whole thing falls down on my head. Aston Villa beat Newcastle 2-0. You watched it, I didn't. You said it was terrible.
Oh, it was awful. No, it was great for Villa. Villa were great. Newcastle were absolutely awful. And Almiron will score soon, but not
today.
Not this week.
How much more does Jack Grealish have to do to get an England call up?
The problem is we don't have an England game till March, so he's got to keep doing quite a lot. He'll just play week to week, keep playing well,
Problem
give
is
himself half a chance.
he's playing in a position that's stacked. You've got Mason Mount and Maddison, who are the current incumbents. I mean, you could say he could play slightly deeper, possibly, with the Oxlade-Chamberlain, but then you've also got, if Dele Alli plays the way he played on Saturday for the rest of the season, Mourinho reinvigorates him, he's going to get back in before Grealish will get.
I think Ali plays in a position we don't need an England side. He
That's
plays
fair.
in the hole. We don't play like that.
Yeah, but Maddison plays in the same.
But we don't play like that. We play 4-3-3. We don't need someone to do that. For me, don't play well now. Play well in February, March.
Well, it
when
depends.
It matters.
Ali could be the player you need if he decides that Rice and Henderson is his double pivot.
Yeah, no, agreed. For me, this is nothing to do with England at the moment. You got 4 months of games. Play well and see where you are at the end of it.
End of the season, Jack Grealish moving on from Villa. Do you think?
Yeah, 100%. He'll
Where
go.
Spurs, Everton,
Norwich.
Liverpool, even
Norwich.
Norwich.
No, I'm not sure. I feel like he's
great signing for Leicester.
He's such a loyal bloke to that club. I'd be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he stays there again. Sign up.
Very interesting to see, but it depends if they stay up, which they should do. Newcastle, though, were dreadful.
They were terrible in that first half. I didn't watch the second half because I was so bored of it because it was awful. But second half, I can imagine they got slightly better because they lost 2-0. Yeah, it's annoying because, as you said, Bruce gets on a nice little run, fans get behind him, and then they lose like that, and you go, oh, he's under pressure again. They'll be fine. They've got enough. There are 3 worse teams. They'll be fine.
We'll see. That's it for another episode
of hold up the set
Pub
again,
Football with Miles and Jimmy. We'll get there. We'll be back on Thursday, Friday for the preview of this weekend's Premier League fixtures. We'll see.
Who's playing this week.
All the managers are still going to be there. From now to then, because there's no point sacking them now, is there?
Just let it go.
We'll see what happens, and apart from that,
It's fine.
that's fine. Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.